Okay, so I came across this really awesome review article done by Henriette Van Praag, who I'm assuming is Dutch. We know those Dutch are smart, so worth talking about this article. This article basically was called Exercise in the Brain, Something to Chew On. And she looked back at a lot of the research that's been done in the field of exercise and its effects on the brain. So whether it be neuroplasticity, neurogenesis, meaning brain growth, brain repair, cognition, brain function, how to make your brain function better, how to make your memory function better and more accurately, how to blah, 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 right? All that stuff. In addition, she also brought in some of the nutritional pieces. So really interesting article to me personally, and this channel, I think, given that this is a topic at hand. BDNF is covered, of course, in the article. I'll post a link to it, so please check that out. But basically, what was cool about it was one of the things she brought up, rather crunchy of her. Okay, we don't have a corner on the market on this concept, but this concept of synergy. So synergy is the idea that 1 + 1 does not necessarily equal 2, but rather 1 + 1 = 3 or 5 or 10 or 20. The idea, in my mind, this underlies, it's kind of a universal concept of part of being human, is that when we combine energies, forces, and step into being a force of nature, that what gets created between two or several or multiple individuals is greater than the sum of the parts. So this concept of community, and how when we interact in this way with other people, there's something larger than us that can be created. And that is the point of being human and connecting ourselves to one another. I mean, we see this all the time in nature and in this study. And so let me jump to the study first. So in the study, she basically, in the review article, she alluded to several studies that indicated that when you you can measure the effects of exercise and the effects on brain health, brain regrowth, synaptic plasticity, neurogenesis, all these great things that we talk about in terms of helping the brain function at its apex and at its best. We can measure those effects. Then we can also look at effects from plant polyphenols, omega-3s, all these wonderful naturopathic substances and foods that one can utilize to also increase synaptic plasticity. Typically, both of these things are happening related to BDNF, of course. There are other pathways as well, but that's a huge piece. And then what we see is, so X and Y. And then if you take the two together, X plus Y doesn't happen. It's actually X plus Y plus N. So the combined effect of the two things, if you combine exercise with eating certain kinds of substances, it's not just an additive effect, it's a synergistic effect, meaning you see a greater result than you would see with either entity by itself, either treatment, I'm going to call them, by themselves. This is synergy. Isn't that awesome? Aren't you excited? I am. This is lovely, and this is a concept that really runs through, I think, the universe. I mean, it's a universal concept of how we really ought to be interacting on the planet with one another. I mean, think about a really good relationship. Great relationships are when two people are together in this partnership, and the combined effect, what one person contributes and what the other person contributes, together it's more than either part by itself. You know, this person over here pushes this person to be at their best, and vice versa. That's what we're all looking for, or what we should all be looking for. And it's inspiring. And it does exist in nature. We see this with geese flying in formation. You know, they fly apparently 70% farther than they could on their own when they fly south to Arizona, to the golf course across from where I live. Yeah. Amazing. So, be synergistic in the world. Go out there and be the kind of entity that contributes to the synergy of the greater good of a community of people, and also exercise and change your diet. Greater effect. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, and I'll link to Henriette Van Praag's article. That's worth reading, worth checking out. And stay tuned.